Hello everyone, welcome to your August 2019 love readings. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. This month I am doing a longer version of the X spread for all signs. I've also uploaded a massive 24 card spread comparing what you want versus what the person you love wants. Once your sign is uploaded on YouTube, it should already be available on Vimeo. Remember, not all signs are uploaded yet. I hope you enjoy your readings and I wish you a fabulous August. Hi Gemini, welcome to your love reading for August 2019. Now we're going to go ahead and start with this general reading for you, and then we're going to follow up with the X spread. I did already upload your bonus reading for August. It's on Vimeo and there'll be a link down below. That reading had a very special message. I feel like it's for a specific group of Geminis where you have a partner or a person that you love, maybe it's an ex, someone that you're interested in. There's a lot of anger on their side because I do look at you on one spread and then I look at the person that you love in a completely different spread, and I sense a lot of anger, a lot of rage around the person that you love. It's not you because you're a completely different spread. So again, if you're in a relationship where there's abuse, or you feel like there's another person in the picture, because there was kind of that feeling around for Gemini as far as the rest of 2019. It's not a reading for August, it's a reading for the rest of the year, where I look at you first and then I look at the person that you love. It was just a very strange reading where there was literally kind of jealousy, rage, something very strange around the person that you love. Let's go ahead and start here. This is the reading for August. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. And I did want to mention it in case something like that comes up here as well. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. This is a love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August 2019. Okay, let's go ahead and see what comes up for you, Gemini. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. Two of Pentacles. Keep in mind, if you're going to watch that video on Vimeo, both of you had this card as well. So the fact that it's the first card for you, that's highly significant. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. Three of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. Nine of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. You have the King of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. You have Karma, which is actually Judgment. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. The Hermit. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. You have the Emperor. Love reading for the sign of Gemini for August. And you have the Eight of Wands. So let's go ahead and stop here and then let's take a look at what you have. So you have the Two of Pentacles and Three of Swords. I mean, the fact that you're starting with this card here, I mean, I feel like this is really significant because you had this card in the bonus reading on Vimeo and your partner also had it. So there's kind of this energy of choices around the sign of Gemini that keeps following you around. And like I said, for some of you, it could be that you're in the middle of choosing. Maybe you're deciding if you're going to be with this person or that person. Or maybe you're choosing if you're going to leave a relationship. Because actually right next to it, you have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords can mean, a breakup or a divorce. So it can also just be that you're hurting. There's something going on in your relationship or in your marriage where your heart is broken. Maybe you feel like you really don't know. You don't know if you want to do this anymore. It could be that you're contemplating this breakup that I see here. I mean, you have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups does represent perhaps a wish being fulfilled, but it also represents just you being immensely happy. I feel like there's something going on with the sign of Gemini where either like somebody already broke up with you, or you're thinking of breaking up with someone, but there can still be a happy outcome because you have the Nine of Cups, which, also Judgment here. Judgment does represent a relationship coming back to life. So again, it's possible that maybe you keep going back and forth, like, do I want to be with this person? Maybe it's time that I go. I do see that message here as well. You have the King of Swords, which would be an air sign. This can be you, but if you have a partner who's also an air sign, another Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, this can represent them. Again, there's this message that you can bring this relationship back to life, or this marriage. This is a second chance. Perhaps you're contemplating, because you have the Hermit here, maybe you're contemplating giving someone a second chance, because the Hermit does mean that there's a lot of thinking going on around the second chance that we see here. So again, this is a relationship where it's like the relationship is rising from the ashes. Maybe a relationship where there had been talk of breaking up, of divorce. Maybe somebody told you they didn't love you anymore. I do feel like not all is lost with Judgment being here. Things can still work out in a positive way. I just feel like there's a lot of thinking to do here. The Hermit can also represent the sign of Virgo. So if your partner or your ex is a Virgo, this can represent them. And also, with this King of Swords, I feel like for most of you, it's just your energy as an air sign, but the King and the Queen of Swords also do a lot of analyzing, considering that you have the Hermit here. So I do feel like some of you, like you're going back and forth as far as a breakup, or, you're hurting right now and you're thinking maybe it's best if, I walk away from this painful relationship. But the fact that you have the Nine of Cups and Judgment here tells me that there's still a chance to work things out. There's a lot of thinking that needs to happen. This can be you, or it can be the person that you love. You also have an earth sign here, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you kind of have that energy twice, because you have the Hermit, which represents the sign of Virgo, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles, which is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, male or female, sun, moon, or rising. It can be your partner, your ex, somebody new coming in, or even you, if you have a moon or rising and an earth sign. You also have the Emperor. The Emperor did come up on your side in the bonus reading on Vimeo. It was a very strong message with the Emperor and the Empress that, I went over it over and over as far as what your partner had, because they were very similar. I feel like in order for you, you've got the Eight of Wands on the other side of the Emperor. Again, the Emperor is about taking control, taking charge. I feel like the sign of Gemini is hurting. Either somebody has broken up with you, or there's something happening in your love life that just has you very brokenhearted with the Three of Swords. And again, it's like you're thinking, what do I do? With the Two of Pentacles, you keep going over and over in your head, what do I do? You might kind of feel like your relationship, your love life is up in the air right now because of something painful that has happened. And it could be that someone broke up with you, but it can also just be that there's something that's very wrong in the relationship. Maybe you're not getting the love that you thought you were going to get, or the respect. Things are very unstable here. But the thing is, you have the Emperor again, because this was in your bonus reading. It's time for you to take control of a relationship or a marriage where you are not happy. Perhaps a relationship where it's kind of off and on. This can definitely be the Two of Pentacles, an off and on relationship, a wishy-washy partner who's just, breaking your heart here. You can still be happy. You have the Nine of Cups. So your hopes and wishes for this relationship can still manifest. You have Judgment, which this is a second chance. But somebody has a lot of thinking to do, a lot of soul searching. This actually is looking for the truth. And again, you have to take control with the Emperor to create the stability, because I feel like there's something in your love life that's not stable. You also have the Eight of Wands, which means that you can have those positive changes that you've been hoping for. The Eight of Wands also can represent communication, unexpected communication from the person that you love. It can even represent travel for those of you maybe where you're involved with someone long distance. But the Eight of Wands just means that positive development that you've been waiting for a really long time. Maybe you've been waiting to get out of this energy of limbo, or you've been waiting for the heartache to end, or you've been waiting for this person to stop cheating or running around with other people. The Eight of Wands means that some positive development that you've been waiting for, it's finally here. But just like in the bonus reading, you're being told like it's going to happen when you take control. Let me get a few more. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August? You have the Four of Wands. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August? You have the Chariot. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August? and the Five of Swords. Okay, so let's take a look at these. So, I mean, you do have a very stable relationship here. So I feel like this is what you can have, because this is not a stable relationship. With the Two of Pentacles, this is someone that's either going back and forth, they come and go, or maybe there's a choice of another partner, a wishy-washy kind of relationship. But this is a happy home. This is a relationship with a firm foundation. This is security, stability. There is movement towards that. You have the Chariot. The Chariot can also represent the sign of Cancer. Again, it can be your partner, it can be your ex, somebody new coming in. But the Chariot does mean that you've got to stay in control. So this ties in with the Emperor. That, that happy home, that sense of stability for the sign of Gemini, you can manifest it in the month of August, but this means that you have to stay in the driver's seat. You have to be persistent and maybe kind of fixing what's wrong, because there are some bad decisions around your love life. You have the Five of Swords. And it can be your partner, as far as they're the ones that are making this. Maybe they're the ones that are creating this heartache that we see with the Three of Swords. I mean, the Five of Swords can also be, a mistake that somebody made. It can be you, or it can be the person that you love. This is, something, an action or decision that somebody made. It was just a bad call. And this is a card of regret. So again, it can be you, or it can be your partner. It can also just represent sabotage. I feel like it's possible for you to have you have a good thing. I mean, you have the Four of Wands, you have the Nine of Cups, you have Judgment. You can have that stability. Your hopes and wishes with this person, they are valid. There can be a second chance. But what is this sabotage that we have here with the Five of Swords? Or who is making the very unwise decisions that are working against the relationship? I feel like it's your partner, because you're being told, once again, just like in the bonus reading, that the sign of Gemini, you've got to step up to the plate and you got to take control. I mean, I just feel like there's something very weird going on with the person that you love. Like, I don't know if they're cheating on you, or they're sabotaging your relationship or your marriage. They're making very bad decisions that are hurting you. It can end on a positive note, but only if you step in and you take control. I see that with the Emperor, and I see it with the Chariot. Okay, so let me get some cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? Okay, let's get 3 cards and see what kind of message you get. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? Okay, so interesting. You have the Magician. So now you have the Magician and the Emperor. You're definitely being told that you have to take action as far as your love life. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August 2019? The Ace of Swords. What other messages are there for the sign of Gemini for August? And the Emperor has repeated itself. Okay, well, it is what it is. I mean, like, my goodness, look at this. The Emperor 2 times and the Magician. This is all about, like, you have to do something. You have to take your power back. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, I'm not trying to pimp the reading on Vimeo. It's just that it's very weird, because in that reading, your partner had the Magician, but you had the Emperor and the Empress, and now you have the Emperor 2 times. And not only that, we have you perhaps being brokenhearted, or there's possibly a breakup that's happening. There are some very bad decisions. There's some type of sabotage in your love life, and you're being told that it's up to you to change this. I mean, of course, I always say this. I don't like to tell a sign it's all up to you, because you can't make people change. You can't force decisions on them. But you're being told here with 3 cards that you need to take your power back. You need to take your power back from a relationship that maybe they're pushing it a little bit too much. Maybe there's lies, but I just feel like they're hurting you in some way with the 3 of Swords being here. They're hurting you, and, they're just making very unwise decisions. I feel like you have a lot of thinking to do. with the Hermit here, you have a lot of soul searching as far as, do you want to continue? You can start over again. There's a second chance for you to be happy as long as they're on board. As long as they're on board, again, you have victory with the Chariot. But this does mean you have to be really persistent and hanging in there. So your energy is strong here. Like, you're going to have to really step in and set clear boundaries and really kind of, you know, spell out the things that you're not going to put up with anymore. You have to be empowered. I mean, that's basically everything that we see here. The Emperor 2 times, and then the Magician saying that, you know, what you're putting up with, what you're allowing, well, this is what you're going to manifest. So if you're allowing someone to lie to you, to hurt you, and, you know, this is manifesting pain, then you're manifesting this. You're being told here that you need a new perspective with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is saying, like, something has to change, like, mentally. This is all mental energy, the way that you're thinking. You need some new insight. It could be maybe that you just really want this relationship or this marriage to work. Like, you really want this to work, and I don't know, I just feel like you're being hurt here, and this reading is screaming at you to take your power back. Take your power back, because I don't know, this is either sabotage or somebody is just making very bad decisions that you're paying for. At the end of the day, you're the one who's hurting. You're the one who's paying for this. Take your power back. And you're being told that you need to look at this from a different perspective with the Ace of Swords. Okay, so we'll keep all of this in mind. Let's go ahead and do the X spread using this deck right here. So let me get these out of the way. And for the X spread, instead of kind of doing what I did here for you, I'm just going to focus on your ex and see, like, you know, what is it what's going on with your ex? What are they thinking? What are they feeling? What do they want? Show me Gemini's ex. Of course, for your ex, this can be someone you had a long-term committed relationship with, or maybe someone that you just dated a few times, and you just want to know, is there a chance? Do they still think of you? What's going on with them? Show me Gemini's ex. Gemini's ex. Show me 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 Gemini's ex. August 2019. Show me Gemini's ex for 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 August 2019. One thing that I forgot to do, but it's not too late, is that I'm going to pull a main energy from this deck right here. These are all major arcana. I forgot to do one for you, but maybe everything happens for a reason. So I'm going to put yours here and theirs there, so we'll have something to compare. Let me just give it a quick shuffle here. I'll do yours first. Show me the main energy around Gemini for August 2019. It's kind of a new thing for me, so I usually use, you know, kind of pull the same energy from the same deck. I decided to use this deck right here because it's all major arcana. We want to see what significant changes are happening. Show me the main energy around Gemini for August 2019. Main energy around Gemini, and then we will look at their ex. Main energy around Gemini. Okay. Show me the main energy around Gemini for August 2019. So this is yours, and it is the High Priest, which is actually the Hierophant. So this is actually about using your intuition, trusting your inner guidance, and really finding that place where you belong, or, you know, in this case for this reading, the person you truly belong with, that spiritual connection. This is a card of kindred spirits and soulmates. Now let's look at your ex. Show me the strongest energy around Gemini's ex. Show me the strongest energy around Gemini's ex. Show me the strongest energy around Gemini's ex. They have the Star. So again, this represents the energy around your ex, and the Star does represent that, you know, they're hopeful. This is a card of hopes and wishes that also, ironically, is very similar to the Hierophant because it represents trusting your inner guidance. So we'll keep that in mind. Let's see what tarot cards come up for them from this deck. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. Nine of Swords. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. Five of Pentacles. Show me Gemini's ex for August. Five of Wands. Show me Gemini's ex for August. The Moon. Show me Gemini's ex for August. The Ace of Wands. Show me Gemini's ex for August. The Knight of Wands. Show me Gemini's ex for August. The Hermit, which you also had. Show me Gemini's ex for August. The Devil. Show me Gemini's ex for August. And the Six of Cups. Okay, so let's stop here. So, again, this was your energy. I forgot to pull it for you, so it's here now. Again, that is, you're just searching for your kindred spirit, your soulmate. And, I feel like your ex, they have certain things in mind that they want. Are they going to get them? I don't know. I will look into it with this spread, but the hope, this is a card of hope. They have certain things that are near and dear to their heart. There are certain things that they've really, they want to manifest in their love life. I do feel like your ex is really conflicted. I mean, I haven't even gotten into these cards. They've got the Nine of Swords as the first card. And this does represent a lot of agonizing, a lot of strong fears that are, could be literally keeping them awake at night. A lot of fears, a lot of stress, a lot of tension. Your ex, kind of is also in that loner energy with the Five of Pentacles. They may feel like, they're not connecting with anyone. Even if you know that they're dating someone else, because, it could be that, you have competition here. They could be maybe that they are dating, or maybe there is someone there. But with this Five of Pentacles, this is loner energy. This is feeling like, they don't feel that spark or that connection with anybody. They just want to be kind of left alone. The Five of Pentacles is also just feeling lonely and isolated, which really ties in with the first card of just, a lot of stress, a lot of tension, a lot of anxiety. You also have the Five of Wands where your ex does. The Five of Wands does mean that your ex is feeling conflicted. And I can see why they'd be feeling conflicted, because this is all like very challenging, but there is something that your ex really wants. There is, some type of goal that they have in mind. There is something near and dear to their heart that they want to manifest. But they may be thinking that this is not going to happen, with the first card being the Nine of Swords. They may be agonizing over, I'm not going to be able to have that. And I'm not going to meet anybody because I don't connect with anyone. This could also just be they're very lonely and depressed and close themselves off. They can be fighting themselves, maybe as far as getting back with you. Again, they seem kind of all over the place here. You also have, they have the Moon. The Moon can represent the sign of Pisces. But the Moon is also very confusing energy. With the Moon, there are always things that are hidden. Things, things are not as they seem. This can represent deceit, self-deceit, just things being hidden here. There's, some strange energy. The Ace of Wands. I feel like they could be conflicted about a new beginning. And this coming, if you're trying to work things out with them right now, it could be that is what we're seeing here. That, with the Star card being the main energy, they do want to be happy. They have, a goal in mind as far as their love life. They have, a wish that they want granted. There is a new life here. They want a new beginning because it's here. It's right in the center of the reading. This is a new life or a new relationship or a clean slate with you. And part of them is eager to move forward because they have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is fiery energy. This is, roaring to go. It's self-confidence and enthusiasm. But the Moon is a major arcana, so it's stronger. And this is just, emotions are all over the place, and there's a lot of confusion, there's fears, and there are things that are being bottled up inside, especially with this energy here, where they're just kind of shutting down emotionally. They're feeling conflicted with the Five of Wands. They feel like they can't let anybody in. They're mostly operating from fear. I feel like your ex is they're just not in a good place here. They're just not in a good place. They have the Hermit. You also have the Hermit. The Hermit does mean that they are thinking of you. I see that here because on the other side is the Six of Cups. So I feel like they are thinking of the past. And I feel like they're trying to figure out, like, what do I do? I just feel like your ex is highly conflicted. Like, for some reason, they may feel that if they try again with you, if they try to start over, that it may fail. Because the Nine of Swords is the first card. They may feel that things will fail. I mean, I feel like I'm going to get a few more cards for you, but I do feel like your ex is doing a lot of thinking about you. Because this is a repeat card. You're thinking of them, but they're also thinking of you. It's just between these two cards, they have the Devil, which means that when they start thinking about you, fear kicks in. Fear kicks in, and I mean, that's already what we have here, especially with the first card. There are some negative thoughts that come up when they think maybe of reuniting. If you look at the reading here, going down the center of the reading, it's the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Devil. So, I mean, against this harsh energy of the Five of Pentacles and the Devil is a new beginning. And I feel like this would be a new beginning with you, a clean slate with you. You know, again, with this Five of Pentacles, they're choosing to close themselves off. I mean, you may be totally in the dark as far as what's really going on with them. Because they're, you know, kind of, you know, keeping to themselves, that loner energy. And, you know, they're keeping certain things hidden. If you had the Tower here, I'd say that you're going to find out what it is they're hiding. But again, there's some strong negativity with the Devil. It could be that they're just really pessimistic about love right now. I feel like your ex is not having a good time. I feel like they're really struggling. Let me get a few more. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. We've got the Ten of Cups. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. The Two of Wands. Show me Gemini's ex for August. And the Ace of Swords. You also have this card. I feel like both of you need a new perspective. So, I mean, I do have your cards right here. I don't usually kind of pull them out and look at them. But, I mean, you had this amazing synchronicity where you had the Emperor. You had the Emperor, and you had the Emperor 2 times, and the Magician, and the Ace of Swords. These were your cards, and the only reason I'm showing them to you is because you've got the Ace of Swords again. Well, they've got it. You had it, now they have it. There's a need for both of you to change the way that you're thinking, and I can see why you would get the Magician and the Emperor 2 times. You have to take control, because your ex is in a place where they can't really take control. They are way too conflicted. It's probably them that was creating this, that I saw in your spread. Bad decisions, sabotage. Let's look at this. You've got the Ten of Cups, which does mean that, you know, there can be a happy ending to all of this. Things can end on a positive note. This is a very happy, fulfilling relationship or a marriage. It's just that it's on hold with the Two of Wands. There's waiting. You're waiting for something to happen. Well, your ex is waiting. And it could be maybe there's going to be waiting around your ex, because just like you, there's a need for them to change the way that they're thinking. I mean, with the Devil down here, it could be that they've become way too pessimistic. Way too pessimistic about your relationship. I feel like this really applies for those relationships where maybe you've been through a lot together, or maybe you've been together many, many years, and you keep going through the same problems, or, you know, maybe certain things keep getting repeated, certain negative behavior patterns. With the Devil can also represent the sign of Capricorn. So maybe there's been a Capricorn involved here. And again, with the Star, I mean, this can represent the sign of Aquarius, but for the most part, the Star does represent that they have certain hopes and wishes that they want to see manifested. And, you know, I see that here with the Ten of Cups. You know, they want a happily ever after. They want that happy family. But it's not going to happen unless they change the way that they're thinking. They need a change of perspective, because this is not going to help anything with the Nine of Swords. They're just kind of imagining worst possible scenario here. Keep in mind, the Nine of Swords is worry without merit. So whatever it is they're stressing about, it's only in their head. It's not really happening. I feel like your happily ever after with your ex, it's on hold. It's on hold because they're struggling. I mean, they're struggling. I wasn't going to, but I'm going to pull a few more cards. For the other signs, I just kind of stopped right here for the X spread, but I feel like I shouldn't. Okay, so hopefully the other signs don't get mad. I'm going to pull, let's see here. I'm going to pull a few cards for them from the confirmation deck right here. Let me give it a quick shuffle. I feel like we need some more clarity on this. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. 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 I do feel like you, whoever it is that's watching this video, I do feel like you are not going to settle, because your main energy is the Hierophant. They call it the High Priest in this deck, but this is a Hierophant. This is you wanting to find that kindred spirit and that soulmate. And I feel like you're not going to settle. I feel like there's a lot of weird things going on with your ex here. Maybe you were the one who broke up with them. They've got to change the way that they're thinking. I feel like your ex is in the middle of something ugly here. Show me Gemini's ex for August 2019. Gemini's ex for August. Four of Cups. Gemini's ex for August. My goodness. Five of Cups. Gemini's ex for August. Page of Cups. I feel like look at this. 4 and 5 of Cups. That's a lot of unhappiness. Especially with this 4 of Cups, because with this 4 of Cups, this is not just being miserable. This is kind of being in a place where you're so unhappy that you almost like you're numb. You almost like you don't really care anymore. You've closed yourself off, which ties in with the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like your ex is really struggling here. They're in a place where, maybe you can't reach them anymore. You're going to have to really try hard to reach them. And the 5 of Cups are dwelling. So maybe, it's a general reading, so it's hard to say, but I feel like your ex may be the one who maybe messed up the relationship. They made a bad decision, which I did see that in the spread, the first spread that we did, because we had the 5 of Swords. This is a bad decision that it just sabotaged a relationship or a marriage. And it could be that your ex is dwelling on this, because the 5 of Cups is dwelling on, crying over spilt milk, dwelling on something that already happened and you can't change it. You could also be hearing, because you have the Page of Cups, well, they do, the Page of Cups, which this is a communication, a conversation, maybe about, the mistakes that they've made. Maybe they're willing to admit that, I made a mistake here with the 5 of Cups, and I'm paying for it now. So that could be, why you had this energy of the Emperor 2 times and the Magician, because maybe all the power lies with you as far as, are you going to take them back? I feel like they do want you back, with the Star being their main energy. They have, certain hopes and wishes, and this is a love reading, so this would be that, they want to love. This happily ever after is here. It's just, it's not gone, it's just on hold with the 2 of Wands. It's on hold because the way that they're thinking is really, it's messing everything up. So, I feel because of the last few cards that I pulled here, that you could be hearing from your ex, because the pages represent communication. You could be hearing from them, and you could be kind of hearing what they have been going through. Maybe they have been blaming everything on themselves, because I do see that in this reading. With the 9 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles and the Devil down here and the 5 of Wands. If it is their fault, it could be that maybe they feel it's, things have gone too far and you're not going to forgive them. There could be communication with the Page of Cups. This is a heart-to-heart conversation. Since you have the 4 and the 5 of Cups with it, this would be communication about how unhappy they've been. How they've been dwelling on what happened, or what they did to you, or the mistake that they made, or the decision that they made, whatever it is that happened. And you may kind of really find out also as well that you may find out that this person is just really down, really depressed, and, kind of really withdrawing, kind of becoming the Hermit, which ironically, they do have that here. There's a lot of thinking and soul searching around your ex, and they're trying to, desperately figure things out, but the Devil is right next to it. So when they try to really soul search, what they get is negativity. Negative thoughts come up. Negative energy is clouding them when it comes to the past. So this represents you. Again, your ex needs a whole new perspective here in order for them to come back to you. But I do feel like they're thinking of you. You've got the 6 of Cups here. They are thinking of you. 6 of Cups and the Hermit. And I feel like for some of you, you're going to be hearing either from them or from maybe a friend, somebody that knows them, a family member. You're going to be hearing from them hearing how unhappy they've been. Again, 4 and 5 of Cups. How stressed out they've been. How they've been blaming themselves. Again, especially if this is a person that messed everything up. Maybe, you were just innocent in all this. And, this can be a very destructive energy from the Devil. Very destructive. Maybe, and again, throw that in with the 5 of Swords. They came up in the first spread. This would be a very damaging decision. They could have left you for someone else and that didn't work out. They just did something to hurt your marriage or your relationship. Again, you could be hearing either from them or from someone else, from a third party, you know, how sorry they are, how much they're suffering. Just kind of be ready. I feel like you're going to be hearing something. And I feel like it could change maybe the way that you're thinking about them. You may think they're having a good time and they forgot about you. No. They just need a new perspective, because I feel like they are thinking of you, the Hermit and the Six of Cups, but when they think maybe about reuniting, they come up with a lot of negativity. Maybe they're blaming themselves. Okay, Gemini, this has been your love reading for August 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.